Today we are going to talk about the surface area of rectangular prisms. We already know that the surface area of a 3D object is the sum of all areas of each face. So we find the area of each individual face and combine it. Because we are using rectangular prisms today, we know that rectangular prisms have 6 faces. Therefore, we will find the area of each face, and then we should at the end be adding together 6 areas to find our total surface area. So the first step is always to take a look at our figure, determine what our figure is. We already know today it's rectangular prisms. So then we got to draw our net. So we take a look, we draw our net, we unfold our 3D figure into kind of that blueprint. It's called a net, as we know. From there, once we've drawn our net, I do make sure that since this is a 6-sided figure, I do have 6 faces drawn out in my net. From there, I label the dimensions of my edges. Okay, remembering to take very close care to that so that we can use them for step 3, which is to go ahead and determine the area of each individual face. So my dimensions of the top are 7 inches times 4 inches. 7 times 4 is 28. I go to my back and my front. They are 7. Across here is 7. This is 3. So that'd be 7 times 3, which equals 21. And then lastly, our sides for this are 4 times 3, which is 12. Because they are rectangular prisms, we know that opposite faces have the same dimension. That will not be true of all of our 3D figures, but for rectangular prisms, it is true. From there, we go ahead and it helps to set up sort of that formula. Surface area equals the top area of the top plus the area of the bottom plus the area of the front, area of the back plus the area of the left side and area of the right side. I go ahead and substitute in from my areas and add them all up. When I add these all up, I get 122 inches squared. So that is the area of the entire surface of my 3D figure. Now, remembering that we are measuring around the outside, those specific areas, so our units will be inches squared. All right, let's take a look at this second one together. Again, we've got our 3D figure here. I already drew out my net and labeled my dimensions. Again, remembering that it is critical that we label our dimensions correctly. If you are stuck in this area, please go back to a video prior about labeling and nets. From here, once we have our 3D figure and our net drawn and labeled, I can go ahead and start my list of dimensions. So the top and the bottom. Well, the top and the bottom are 9 times 6. That is equal to 54. Again, because these are rectangular prisms, opposite faces are identical, which will help me for rectangular prisms. Then I've got my front and back. The front and back are 5 times 9. 5 times 9 equals 45. And then lastly, we have the left and the right. The left and the right are 5 times 6, which is 30. So now all I need to do is determine my surface area. To do that, I take the area of the top plus the area of the bottom plus the area of the front and the area of the back, adding that to the left and to the right. So I can go ahead and substitute in now. My surface area equals 54 plus 54 plus 45 plus 45 plus 30 plus 30. So I can get out my calculator, add those all up, 54 plus 54 plus 45 plus 45 plus 30 plus 30, and that will get me a surface area of 258 meters squared. So the area of the entire 3D figure is 258 meters squared.